Alright, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a Christmas chocolate Tiffin no-bake creation. So if you guys don't know what a Tiffin is, it's basically a chocolatey thing with dried fruits in it, biscuits. I'm probably going to add marshmallows into mine as well because I need to use some up. But in general, you can use whatever dried fruits you want, some sort of liquid. So like orange juice, I think is probably the best, or black tea, like cold black tea. I'm going to be using brandy, but we'll get to that when we get to it. So I'm going to firstly mention the ingredients that I'm going to be using for this. I should also mention I am using a recipe from a website called Everyday Cooks. I'll put the link in the description so you guys can open it and follow along and do it yourself. Personally, I actually create this myself a little bit differently, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to follow the instructions on this website. The way I would do it is I would melt all the liquids together, like the chocolate, corn syrup, butter, etc. all together, and then I would pour in all of the dried ingredients into it, a little bit like I do for like chocolate flakes or chocolate crispies. It's in the same sort of vein, but this recipe does it a little bit differently, so we're going to follow what they do. I haven't made it through this recipe before, so we're gonna learn and do this together. So the ingredients I have got for my version of the Tiffin is I'm going to be using some raisins. You can use sultanas, you can use whatever dried fruits you want. I'm also going to use some glacé glacé cherry halves, solely because I need to finish this and it's just sitting gaining dust in my kitchen because I don't drink alcohol, is my brandy. I'm going to be using this. Basically, you need to soak your fruit in liquids, so you can either soak it in orange juice, black tea, or whatever you think would taste nice, but I'm going to use brandy for this. It does go in the microwave, so it should take out all of the alcoholness in it. You want to have some rich tea biscuits. I haven't had these in years, guys. I obviously don't know if they're sold in other countries, but they're literally called rich tea biscuits. So we've got some butter. I'm using salted butter for this instance. You want to have actual chocolate. I'm going to use a mixture of milk chocolate and dark chocolate. You want to have some soft brown sugar, some golden syrup, and I'm going to add these in because I want to use these up. And that's it. Those are the ingredients. So firstly, you want to cut the cherries in half, so they're not already in half. These are already halved up for me already, so I don't have to do that. Put the fruit in a small bowl with the brandy and microwave on high for 30 seconds. Okay, so we need 200 grams of glacé cherries, which is what this is. This is 200 grams. It says 200 grams right there, so we are sorted already. So I'm just going to shove this right in to the bowl. We want to have 125 grams of the raisins. So we want 125 grams. So then we want to have 80 mils of brandy. So this doesn't even go to 80 mils. Excuse me. So I'm going to be guesstimating this. Where did I put the brown? Where was there? I've got the lowest number on this is 100 mils. I'm going to pour that into there, and Where is a spoon? Let's use a spoon over here. I'm just going to stir that in so that it's all soaked through. And we're going to then put this in the microwave for 30 seconds on high. Whilst that's in the microwave, I'm going to use this pan because I think it's the only one I have. Okay, so now that's been shush. That's done now. So it says stand for 5 minutes. So I'm going to wait for 5 minutes. So it's currently 1 o'clock on the dot right now. So it's 1:05. I will then put it in again for another 30 seconds. So this is the pan I'm going to use. I'm going to, it tells me to either grease the tin with a little butter or line the base with a baking parchment or a liner. I don't have any baking parchment, so I'm actually just going to use some tin foil. I'm sure it'll work fine. Now looks like this. We might as well start crushing the biscuits. So we need to put the biscuits in a large bag. I don't think I have a large bag. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this. But I'm going to pour my raisins into something else first. So what would be ideal is to use like one of those like freezer bags. 300 grams of rich tea biscuits. How many? That's the whole pack of this. A whole pack of this in there. So we're going to do it in portions. Preferably what you need is a rolling pin or like a meat hammer or anything that you can really break them in. And basically you want to do it enough until there's some larger bits and some smaller bits. I'm going to put them all in this bowl so you guys can kind of see. That they look like all that. Okay, and I'm going to repeat the process for the whole packet. And here we go. All of it is all mashed up. You want to have bigger pieces and you want it to be powdery as well. So yeah, that bit's done. Also, whilst I did all that, I did go in and reheat this. I think I'm going to do it again for a third time though, because my microwave has like a really weird setting where if it's on high, it doesn't actually get that hot. So the next thing on our list of to-dos is we need to melt in a saucepan the butter, sugar and golden syrup. So I'm gonna use this, get the handle. So we want to weigh out the butter, sugar and golden syrup. So question, are you one of the people who leaves out everything until they're finished with it, or do you put things away after you've finished it? I'm definitely someone who puts things away gradually as I'm working on it. So I've got these cool weighing scales. Well, I think they're quite cool. I got them for when I went to university and they've helped me out a lot throughout my life over the last 10 years. Alright, butter. So we need to have 150 grams of butter. Alright, I'm gonna be the whole vlog. So 150 grams of butter is now in the pan. We also want to have 40 grams of light sugar. So this is, that's not sugar, that's cocoa powder. That would have ended up badly. I'm definitely someone who doesn't follow recipes to the T. I like adding my own little flavour to it. Okay, and then 200 grams of golden syrup. I think it's going to be very interesting to figure out how much is 200 grams here. I think this is going to be the entire bottle of this one. So what we're going to do, fortunately I do have another one. I can open it. There we go. And there we go. There it is. So we're now going to heat this up on the hob. Turn it on until it's melted. The reason why you want to have a big saucepan for this is because when this is all melted, you're wanting to add this to that. That is how you want it to happen. This is beautiful. This is like one of my favourite mixes to make. Brown sugar, butter and golden syrup. It tastes and smells delicious. Can I just tell you that right now? But yeah, I love this recipe because it's so easy to follow. Anyway, so what I'm actually going to do whilst that is melting, we're going to come back over here again. So we need to add, I think, 20 grams of cocoa powder. This will be going in with the crushed biscuits. So I'm going to actually add it to the crushed biscuits. Alright, so now it is all melted. We are going to pour in the cocoa and the biscuits. This is why you need a big AF saucepan. So you want to mix it until it's all equally distributed. It's looking like this, and we're going to pour in the cherries and the cherries and the raisins, I should say. And now that is all mixed in. Now the fun begins. And now we want to spread this all in to the pan. And there we go. That is what it is currently looking like. This is not the finished state, so we're going to now put this in the fridge for an hour or two, and then we'll come back. I forgot to add in the marshmallows. Oh well, that's fine. And then we'll be back for the final part. So I have weighed out my chocolate, 200 grams of it, and we're going to put this in the microwave until it's melted, and then we're going to pour it over the Tiffin in the fridge. Well, no, we're going to take out the fridge and we're going to pour it over. I may sprinkle some marshmallows in as well at the same time because I forgot, obviously. Okay, so it has been an hour. Ignore the TV, I've got the Formula 2 on. I'm going to melt this in, I was supposed to live in the freezer then. I'm gonna melt this in the microwave. This is the 200 grams of chocolate. I've got 100 grams of each. I was gonna put more dark chocolate in it than the light chocolate, milk chocolate, but this is all the chocolate I had left in my collection, so I couldn't really do that. So without further ado, let's do this. I'm gonna put it in the microwave until it's melted. And I should probably also show you guys this. This is the cooled down Tiffin bar as it is so far. Oh, that rhymed. Here it is all melted. I'm gonna quickly, whilst it is melted, I'm just going to add in a handful of marshmallows, or 2 maybe. Let me just do that. Okay. And now we pour. I think I might need a spatula here. There we go. So now the chocolate is on there. We've got some marshmallows sporadically put on there. I'm not too sure why they mainly went around the outside, but it's fine. This is all for me anyway. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to put this in the fridge until the chocolate on top hardens, and then I'm going to cut it all into pieces. And in the meantime, I am going to lick the rest of this bowl. Alright, I'm going to squat. Alright, here we go. Here is the finished object. I'm going to get a knife, a sharp knife, and let's cut. I'm not very good at making these in straight lines, let's be honest. Alright, here we go. Here's my first taste. Oh yeah. This is beautiful. This has turned out perfectly. And there you go. There is how you create some chocolate Tiffin. I hope you guys enjoyed. So yeah, there you go. Really simple, easy, no bake recipe. Really, really good for get-togethers. Yeah, really, really good for get-togethers actually. Really good for like family reunions, or like for anything really. Like it doesn't even have to be for a reunion. It could be for yourself, like it is for me. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I shall see you guys next time.